afternoon, everyone. Steve Georgie here from Allendale's Trading Floor, February 22nd. Kind of a wild day today for greens. Corn, not so much, but definitely in the beans. Beans were, when it came in this morning, 20, 30 cents higher. We ended up 26 lower in the beans today, just giving up. This morning, we had the anticipation of China buying beans. They were looking at anywhere from 7 to 8 cargoes of beans. The port problems down in Argentina kept support. Not only that, we took out $15 overnight. That was bullish. And then we got the export sales. 410,000 tons to China. They came in and bought that. And, okay, then we started pulling back a little bit. Then we dropped below 15. Now we're starting to talk about the port issues in Argentina and Brazil starting to get a little bit better. Maybe not as bad. They still are going to have a backup. They still have a backup about 50 days here as of today. But a lot of the things that were bullish and that we were hanging on to now all of a sudden changed. We did see that. We saw China come in and they did buy these beans. Now we got to find a new story to get bullish again for next week. But we did give back a lot. Big outside day down on the charts for the beans. Very negative close. As far as corn, unchanged today. Actually down about a half a cent. Not a big move for corn. Still held some good support areas right now. The thing with corn is that we did end up seeing China buy 240,000. China buying corn. Typically, we hear China buying corn and holy cow, look out. The market goes berserk. We see a big run in the market. We didn't. Okay, China came in. They bought 240,000 tons of new crop corn. And we still were down today. So didn't really catch anything there. The news of China buying didn't really matter too much. But we hovered right around the $6.90 area for March. March options went off the board today. So we'll have to see what happens next week if we can gain some strength or what. As far as wheat, though, wheat ended up closing into new recent lows for wheat, down 6 cents. Negative close for wheat. We've gotten some good moisture coming through the plains. You've got another system projected here for next week as well. That's continuing to see this risk-off type mentality as far as wheat. And so that's really what we had seen today. We are still going to see good export sales for wheat, but it doesn't matter. We don't have tight stocks for wheat. So we also had USDA come out with their I guess, final projection here for 2013 from their Ag Forum conference. Certainly bearish. Big crop for corn. So a 1.2 billion crop in corn. As far as beans, looking at a pretty big crop there, 3.4 billion 3.4 billion production out of beans. Carry out numbers over 200 million in beans, and like I said, 2.1 billion carry out for corn. Huge. So we'll see what happens. These numbers were bearish today. That kind of helped put fuel on the fire today as far as selling, and we'll see if that does carry through next week. A lot of emotion today with these options going off. As far as the dollar, unchanged. Crude oil up 40 cents. So after having a difficult week and seeing a pullback as far as energies, crude oil finally climbing up a little bit, finishing a little stronger for the week, just above that $93 a barrel mark. As far as cattle, fat cattle up 60 cents today, still down $2 for the week though. So pretty negative week. Cash cattle trading at 123. Texas, that's steady from last week. Box beef today up a little bit for this morning's prices. Choice up 39, select up 33. But we did have a cattle on feed report today. So came out on feed at 94%. The average guess that they were looking for was 93.8. Not a big difference there. Placed 102. They expected 100.3. So a little more placed. That may affect these August, October months. Maybe a little bit negative out there. And then we've got marketed 106%. They were looking for right under that 105 area, so not a big difference there. So overall, maybe these Octobers and May, or the October and your August contracts might be a little bit negative come Monday morning. But we'll see how they play out. The big thing to watch next week still will be cash cattle. As far as hogs, down about 70 cents today. is continuing this path lower, down $2.55 for the week. As far as cold storage report, pork storage at 605.2 million pounds versus the last report at 585. So a little more in storage for pork. That may be looked at as a little negative. Beef in storage, 484 million pounds versus 485. Just a little reduction there. Not a big deal there. But as far as the pork and as far as hogs, we've seen such a negative week. We need to see something change here. These cash markets need to try to catch. Continuing to drift lower right now. That's not a good sign here as far as these hogs. But we did close pretty weak. May look for a pretty rough start here next week as well. So a lot of information for you guys here today. Certainly feel free to give us a call with any questions that you have out there. You can reach us at 800-262-7538 or check us out on the web, allendale-inc.com. Hope you had a great day. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Take care.